His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Governor of the Southern Governorate, inaugurated the In Love of Rafah exhibition held in cooperation with Children and Mothers Welfare Society at the Society's headquarters. The inauguration was held in the presence of a number of senior officials, families, and representatives of the public and private sectors. He praised the comprehensive change witnessed by the Kingdom of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the support of His Royal Highness Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, Prime Minister, and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Deputy Supreme Commander, First Deputy Prime Minister, to preserve the pillars of society and social cohesion among all members of society. He also praised the efforts of all the participants in the exhibition In Love with Rafah and their role in highlighting the sense of pride and expression of their love for the city of Rafah. He added that the Southern Governorate has embraced the exhibition, bringing a forum for the exchange of experiences and expertise.
Maybe this chance to view the artist work and the handicrafts work. It's like just to show the culture of Rafah.
It's our honor today to His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al Khalifa to open the exhibitions about love of Rafah. And my participating is my artworks with my projects, as you see, some pieces of about Rafah, and some pieces of my artwork in coffee. I do painting with coffee. So this is some of my artwork, and the horse, the blue horse, His Highness, he loved it.
Traditional and historical images of Rafah were displayed. Local artists showed their creations and talents. In addition, prominent works of art by distinctive artists were shown for members of social associations and for their role was strengthened in national participation. His Highness stressed the cultural aspect is a great concern for the creators and talented people to keep the Southern Governorate incubator of art and creativity progressing. A cultural platform contributes to the presentation of the history of the region and mixes with its bright present, bringing great value to all who experience it. The 9th edition of the Information and Communication Technology ICT Conference Meet ICT and the Bahrain International Technology Exhibition BITEX commenced yesterday. The conference is being held under the patronage of the Transportation and Telecommunications Minister Kamal bin Ahmed Mohammed in the presence of the Chief Executive Officer of the Information and E-Government Authority IGA, Mohammed Al-Qaid, who attended on his behalf. About 50 local, regional, and international IT companies are taking part in the BITEX exhibition, which creates an extensive platform for signing agreements and contracts and entering beneficial partnerships.
Of course, this event been organized for the 9th time, which means, shows the success of the event. The number of people, participants, and the exhibitors come from outside. We have big exhibitors from Jordan and from other countries. Demonstrates the importance of the ICT to the development of the country, cutting costs, improving the services, the digital agenda that we have in the government. So we are happy to work hand in hand with the BITEC, with the organizers and all the participants about the new trends and new technologies and what's going on, and try to utilize that into our plans. Major focus is on the artificial intelligence, mainly I think everywhere people are talking about it, plus some good products, about the VAT, about the human resources systems, and so on.
When it comes to Meet ICT, we consider this event or this function as a platform whereby the Bahraini companies, the Bahraini ICT companies will be able to see three things. Number one, the trend of the market. Number two, their customers. And number three, the possibility of doing cooperation among themselves. Definitely, the workshop will more or less discuss something new. Two things. Number one is artificial intelligence. Number two is the blockchain. When it comes to new products, you can see if you go to the exhibition, you'll see a lot of products which is based on data analytics and artificial intelligence.
Well, we're very pleased to have the opportunity to participate today in Meet ICT and Vitex as we have in previous years. It's really one of the leading opportunities for those professionals in the information communications technology sector in Bahrain and in the region to come together to discuss the ongoing digital transformation that we see not only here across the GCC but indeed around the world. So it provides an opportunity for great American companies that are part of that digital transformation to display and speak with their clients and customers and prospective customers about the services and the products they offer. So we think it's a fundamental opportunity for us to continue to build our strong commercial partnership with Bahrain, to focus on ICT because it really is the sector of the future. And as our relationship grows, we want to see more and more trade in services and in technology between our two countries, particularly in this sector.
The Business School and Graduate Business School at the University of Bahrain organized a digital business forum in cooperation with several public and private institutions to discuss ways of developing digital business and delivering it to the world. The participants in the forum agreed on the importance of communication between the educational sectors and the various institutions to maximize the benefit of growth in digital projects, stressing the importance of this discussion to identify the scientific research paths needed by the Bahraini market.
I'd like to thank, first of all, the University of Bahrain for inviting me to this important forum. This forum is done specially to take care of our young kids, girls and boys. And it's important for them to understand a clear mechanism or a manual of how they really need, what they need to do to start up their job, their projects. We are trying to make sure that they can express themselves, tell us what they want, and we try ourselves as big mentors to show them the way and try to catch their hands and walk with them until they really succeed in their future. Our aim is our kids succeed, and if they succeed, Bahrain succeeds, because this really reflects on our economy, and the whole leaders in Bahrain believe that our young generation are worthwhile we take care of.
This event is entitled the Digital Business Ecosystem Research Forum, and the whole idea is we want to talk about how we can engage the public sector, private sector and academia to support entrepreneurs. So we invited many researchers and practitioners to sit in panels and discuss three themes. One of them is the global prospect of startups in the future. The second one talks about social innovation, and in the third panel we talk about how we can create meaningful ICT innovations that are of use to us in Bahrain in our social context. We're also going to be making a presentation about a funded research project here in Bahrain. We have a co-author from Royal Holloway joining us via Skype, and we're going to be discussing our findings from this study.
The forum was attended by representatives of several institutions, including the Economic Development Board, the Bahrain Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Information and E-Government Authority, the Small and Medium Enterprises Associations, the Tamkeen Labour Fund, and Viva Bahrain.
Myself and my colleague Joel Andrapati we have co-authored research, and we have came up with many ideas regarding how Bahrain can benefit from our research, but we don't have that connection. We don't have that field where we can connect the three industries. So this forum is a way of connecting the researchers with the private and public sector.
These all things let me think how to invest and the innovations of the students of University of Bahrain, the fresh graduate, how to encourage them and motivate them to share the market in order to increase the economy of Bahrain, and let them to start up, to think about how to start up a business. For that reason, I like to join Dr. Noura with this forum, big forum, and organize, participate in the organizing this forum, because this forum, as she said, the objective is how to introduce to the graduate students, to researchers for a startup business, what are the channels, how to start. And the panelists here, they introduce to the audience what are the channels they have to choose in order to start up the business.
The Dean of Graduate Studies and Scientific Research at the University, Dr. Mohammed Rida Qadir, called for the development of mechanisms to monitor new projects and research. It is vital to register them as an innovative project or patent and to invest in them by offering them to investors. The Director of Roads Planning and Design Directorate at Works Municipal Affairs and Urban Planning Ministry, Kazim Abdel Latif, said that the ministry is seeking to reduce traffic congestion and reduce accident rates in cooperation with the General Directorate of Traffic by implementing a number of modern pedestrian techniques that contribute to reducing these accidents. He added that the ministry has implemented smart sensor technology at pedestrian crossings. The technology defines a virtual range in which pedestrians are sensitized by employing smart camera equipped with thermal sensors at the pedestrian crossings. It cancels the right of passage request green light for pedestrians. Pressing the pedestrian button is non-translating to unnecessary delays for vehicles, as there is a fixed time for a pedestrian crossing. If the button is pressed and the system senses the presence of pedestrians, the green light will be given to the pedestrians, but the green light duration of the pedestrians will not be fixed. The duration of the green light will end after pedestrian crossing ends, thus enhancing traffic safety at the intersection and pedestrian crossings and reduce the delay time in case of pressing the pedestrian button and not crossing or when the crossing is completed, he explained. Abdel Latif pointed out the Works Ministry implemented this experiment at the intersection of the Pass Road with Sheikh Hamad Causeway, where the ministry is studying the effectiveness of the experiment by studying the behavior and movement of pedestrians in addition to the number of pedestrians and vehicles at this intersection. As for the installation of the supporting battery, the ministry has installed 39 auxiliary batteries on the main intersections to provide temporary power to signal in case of power outages, thus maintaining traffic and providing traffic safety. This technology protects the optical signal devices of damage due to different direct electrical voltage. He said that they contributed to reducing traffic congestion and reducing accident rates through the implementations of light ceramic pieces on the pedestrian signal located at the government road near Bab al-Bahrain last November. Lightning with green or red light coincides with the pedestrian signal lights. This experiment is expected to enhance the traffic safety of pedestrians and vehicles at pedestrian crossings, as the experiment is still under study. The Director of Roads Planning and Design Directorate at Works, Municipal Affairs and Urban Planning Ministry, Kalb Abdul Latif, said that the ministry is seeking to reduce traffic congestion and reduce accident rates in cooperation with General Directorate of Traffic by implementing a number of modern pedestrian techniques that contribute to reducing these accidents. Aluminium Bahrain BSC Alba received a delegation from the French Chamber of Commerce in Bahrain, headed by the French ambassador to Bahrain, Cécile Lonche. Comprising around 30 representatives to include owners and executives of French-based companies in Bahrain, the delegation was received by Alba's Deputy CEO Ali El Bagali and other officials. The delegation was briefed about Alba's accomplishment over the last 4 decades, the company's safety and environmental initiatives that comply with the world's best practices, as well as the progress of Line 6 expansion project, which will make Alba the world's largest smelter upon full ramp up. The delegation was convoyed in a tour around Alba site and Line 6 expansion project. The Telecommunications Regulatory Authority's TRA Board of Directors held their first meeting this year. Board members discussed key issues related to the telecommunications sector, in particular those that are of interest to the public. This includes the progress of the projects related to the 4th National Telecommunications Plan NTP4 and the progress of achieving the NTP4's objective of establishing the National Broadband Network (NBN), which is supported through a single fixed fiber network. These projects are considered important to address consumers' concerns and promote their welfare, which is a step towards achieving the vision and policy of Bahrain's leadership. The board discussed updates on Battleco separation project and the latest project milestones and deliverables, to which they expressed their appreciation to TRA for its outstanding efforts in following up on the latest development of Battleco separation process and its efforts in delivering the project in an efficient manner. They praised the TRA for its efforts in working towards enabling the launch of 5G networks through securing the necessary spectrum and adequate frequency license to keep pace with the latest developments in telecommunications technologies and services for the benefit of consumers in Bahrain. This makes it among the first countries in the region to launch a 5G network. The board also discussed the issue related to regulating and rectifying the telecom tower situation in Bahrain, which is of a high importance in the telecommunications sector. They hailed the endeavors and their actions taken by TRA to rectify the telecom tower situation and find the appropriate solutions in coordination with the concerned government bodies, in particular the development of a rectification plan, which focuses on important aspects as priority among other things. The board discussed the latest market indicators in Bahrain, which highlight the continued growth of the sector and the rapid increase in using the most advanced telecommunications technologies and services. They commended TRA on its leading role in the progress and development of the sector. The board expressed their thanks and appreciation to the TRA management and team members for their support and professionalism and outstanding role in developing the sector. PhD students and researcher in the Environment and Natural Resources Department in the Arabian Gulf University AGU Al-Anud Al-Khatlan participated in the 4th session of the UN Environment Assembly held in Nairobi, Kenya, simultaneously with the launch of the Global Environment Outlook for Youth in Asia Pacific report. Ms. Al-Khatlan took part in a discussion on the collaboration between science and politics. The session highlighted the opinions of the youth and their aspirations with regards to global environment. Youth from around the world, decision makers, UN environment representatives, and representatives from the International Union for Conservation of Nature, World Food Programme, and the World Wildlife Fund also took part in the discussion. Ms. Al-Khatlan also participated as a youth ambassador in another seminar on the role of youth in the protection of the environment organized by the Youth and Education Unit in the UN Environment. She spoke about the GEO's 6th Youth Report, which she is a key contributor to explaining the impact of the youth on the environment and the importance of involving them in making decisions, considering that they will become the majority of the world's population by the 2050.
See your face in every sunrise. So many ways